Let's start with the Jupyter notebook. Now Jupyter notebook, as we know, is an IDE. IDE means interactive data environment, which is used for the purpose of writing your program in Python. So let's see how to invoke this. Now to invoke the Jupyter, you have to go to your command prompt and see at the top. You can see, if you go to the top, you can see that it is Jupyter notebook. Now at the command prompt, you should just write Jupyter space notebook and enter. The moment you enter, it will do some kind of a processing, internal processing, and then it will open up. And when it opens up, it will open a window like this. Now this is a Jupyter notebook, and this is the way, in this you can start writing your program. Now let me explain something about the Jupyter. Jupyter is a interactive data environment, and these are various options which are available in this, right? So when you want to start your coding, you have to go for a new page, that is, and you click on new, then on Python 3. Once you click on this, a new page will open up, and on this page you can start writing your code. So let me explain this Jupyter options. Now these are the various options that you can see: file, edit, view, insert. You are familiar with all these, but still, these are the options available, and these are the tools available in Jupyter. Now whenever you want to start writing your program, you have to go for this. Now these are called as cells, and you can add as many cells as possible, as required. So basically, suppose you are here and you want to add some more, you can just click on plus. So it will again add, right? These are the processes. That means whatever number of processes you have entered as your code, all that will be given a process number, which will be shown here. So 1, 2, 3, and suppose for some reason you wrote about 30, 40 processes, and then you want to come back to the second, third, or fourth, whatever number. So then the number will be given after the 40th. That means 41. So it is not fixed. It keeps changing, right? So that is how you can write it. Now whenever you want to start writing program, you can start from here, and it is better to start with a remark. So for writing remark, you have to start with the hash sign. So since we have already written some program, so I'll just open up and you can start. So see, this is a program on miscellaneous exercises, and where you will see that very basic programs have been written. So since I have already written and tested it also, so I can remove all the outputs which have come in. Like here you are seeing hello world. Now I'll just remove them. So for removing all of them, outputs only, code will remain there. So kernel, and then restart and clear output. So once I clear it, just by clicking on this, you will see that all these process numbers will go, and also these outputs will also go away from here, right? Like here it has gone. Okay. Now suppose that this is a remark which is already there. Suppose I want to remove it. Now if I want to remove it, I can click the mouse here, take the mouse here, and then click on scissors, right? And if I want to add something here, then I can add something and that I can do by inserting a cell above this. So since I have selected cell above, like here, cell above, insert cell, then one cell has been added on the top of this. So that is how you can. And suppose you want to remove this cell, you can just click on this and then click on scissors. So that's how you can work on this. Similarly, now suppose I want to written this. Now the moment I click on run, so you will see that it has, because it is a remark, so no action has been taken, but definitely the process number has come in, right? Now to write a kind of a remark or heading in this, you can write here like this. Just like here, if I write, suppose here I want to write this, and if I say double hash, and then say, let's say check, Now go to this code, click on this markdown, and the moment I write check, the markdown, it will come as this. So this is how you can make your program more informative. You can document your program. I'm removing this also because it's not required. Now these are the codes which have been written, and these are, all of them are just the remarks, so no action will be taken, but this is for our understanding. After starting Jupyter, let's make our first project, that is hello world. To do this, then create new project, new file by the name hello.py, write the code, print hello world, run this by right clicking on this, and then the output will be seen. So I again run this, so click on run and it will be processed. But since no action has been taken again, because there is no code in this, it is all remark. Now here we have written some code, and now this code will get executed. So I'll take the cursor here and run here. So the moment I run, you will see that process number has come in and the hello world as the output which has come in, right? So this is how you can start writing your program. This is very basic but very important. Now let us write another program, that is add two numbers. So for adding two numbers, num1, this is a variable, and num2 is another variable, and whatever number we want to enter, we can give a code like this: input, enter first number, then input, enter second number, and then once we run it, you will see that it will run, and we have to enter these two numbers, and then these two numbers will be added, whatever number we enter, and you will get the result. So let us, you can just go through the code. Num1 input, enter first number, num2 input, enter second number, then again add two number, that is remark, sum float num1 plus float num2. Float has been given because it may be a decimal number also. Display the sum. Then when you display the sum, like print, when you will write, you will see the result will appear like this: sum of 0 and 1, these are the coordinates, and then format num1 num2 sum. So once I run it, click on run, you will see it will ask the first number. Now if I enter 10, let's say, enter, then it will ask for the second number, that again is, and then you will see the result has come in. The sum of 10 and 20 is 30. So that is how you can start writing your small programs, and then you will, once you develop the confidence, you can start writing bigger programs also, which you will do. Let us do one more exercise. This again is the arithmetic calculation, where we are giving two numbers, and then we will, in one program only, we will do all these, that is plus, minus, multiplication and division. So again the similar type of command, that is num1 integer input, enter the first number, num2 integer input the second number, then enter the operator. Operator means that what do you want to do, plus, minus, star or slash, that is division. So once I run this program, you can, and this will be stored in ch. Ch again is a variable, which is say character or whatever, but ch is a variable. Once I run it, we have to enter these two numbers and the operator, whatever operation we want to do on that. And then after entering this, then we run this code, which is again quite simple. Result is again a variable where the result will be stored. Character can be plus, it can be minus, it can be star, it can be division. So this is a if then statement. So if character is equal to plus, then it will be added. If it is minus, it will be subtracted. It is star, then it is multiplied, and then it is division if the slash is there. So whatever, depending on that. So let us, and then the same will be printed depending on whatever character we have selected, right? And this is the way that we can write our program. So let us now execute it. Go there, run it, and you can see that it is asking the two numbers. So 10, if I enter, again the second number, 20, again enter, and then it will ask that what you want to do. So if I have to enter plus because I want to do the add operation. So again enter, and then I have to run this code because here there is no execution of that whatever addition or subtraction you want to do. So this, then we have to run this code also. So you can see when I run this, you will see that it will say 10 plus 20 is equal to 30, right? So this is the way you are going to get the result, right? Now we want to do again all the 4 operations we want to try. So again we have to run this. When you run next time, you can see that the result will go, and now we can say 20, enter, 10, enter, and now minus, enter, right? Again we run this code and we can see that now 20 minus 10 is equal to 10, right? Similarly again we can go for running this code which we have seen earlier, and here now we are again entering say 10, then 20, then say multiplication, enter, and then we are going to run this code again. So once we run that, you will see that 10 into 20 is 200. It's simple, but again we have to know that how the code is to be written. Then the next is again we are running the same code, run, and let's say 100, then 10, and then division, that is slash means division, and then we are going to run the following code. So once we do that, 100 divided by 10 is equal to 10. So that is how the program can be written, right? Now we have to calculate the largest number. Largest number, suppose we have some numbers, so mainly here we have taken 3 numbers. So how to find out that which is the largest number? Again very simple. So you can see here, enter 3 numbers, a is equal to integer input, b is equal to again in c is equal to again. So whatever you will enter will be stored in a, b and c, and then we will compare a, b and c and decide that which is the largest number, right? So again simple code, you can say that if we run this, let's say 10, then 20, and then 30. So 30 is the largest. So that is how you can build up your program. These are very small program, but just to understand as to how the coding is done in Python literature that we have already read, studied. So tutorial on that we have already gone through. If you have not gone through, you have to go through that. Now let us try and calculate the area of a triangle. So that is why the heading is, you are seeing area of a triangle. So you can see that calculate the area of the triangle. Now for that, again the remarks, let A, B and C are 3 sides of a triangle. Then the area is S is equal to A plus B plus C is equal to A divided by 2, and the area, this is the sum of the, and the area is equal to underscore S. What is the formula? Now this is the formula that we have read in schools. S minus A, then S minus B, then S minus C, where A is equal to 5, 6 and 7. So this is how we can write A is equal to 5, 6 and 7 we have already taken here. So this is the Python program to find the area of the triangle. And again you can see, you can say, go through all these remarks, that is uncomment below to take input for the user. These are of course the remarks, so nothing to worry about that. So this is the code which is going to be used here, that is S is equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2, and area is again the same formula which we have done, and then print the area of the triangle is this. So once we write it, you will see that automations, the values are already given, so we have not to enter anything. If you want, you can again enter the values also, which as we have seen in enter input. But here, since we have already assigned that 5, 6 and 7, so it has taken that and then calculated the area, right? So this is how you can write so many programs. Now another program that we can, how to find out the factorial of a particular number. Now for that, factorial of a number, non-negative number. Now factorial can only be calculated for the non-negative number or integer. So it is a multiplication of all the integers smaller than or equal to n. N is again an integer. For example, factorial 6 is 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This of course again we know, which is 720. Now see here. Now here again the code is to demonstrate naive method to compute factorial where n is equal to 7. To take the input from the user, again you can enter any number. Here we have taken the example as 7, but you can enter any number, and for that factorial will get calculated. So this is again for I in the range 1 comma n plus 1. Now these are the codes which you have to understand. Now see, for writing, because we have to multiply each number, so you have this is the way we can write. So after multiplying, the next number will come. So that is how, this is a kind of a for next loop. If you remember, if you have done in some programming, you would see that it is done that way. So like here, once we run this, you can say after running we have to give some number, like we have given 6, enter, and you will see that the 720 has come, right? So that is how you can calculate the factorial also. Now next is swap two numbers. Now swap two numbers mean you can you have any two numbers and you have to exchange them, like a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. So print before swapping and then print after swapping, so that we know that what was the value previous before swapping, and then what was the number after the swapping has taken place, right? So again, print before swapping, this is the way you can write your code. This backslash n means that you want to write print it on the next line. That is why this backslash is given. Temp is equal to a, again is a variable, a is equal to b and b is equal to temp. So that means you are exchanging. So let us run this, and when you run this, you will see that this is the way you can get it. So before swapping, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. After swapping, a is equal to 20 and b is equal to 10. So again, simple programs, but only thing that you have to understand the Python language, which of course with practice you will learn, and then your logic should be good. Now one very important thing, that you must know that where your programs are stored. So for that, to find out that, you have to simply give this pwd, means that present working directory. Normally wherever you have installed your Python, it takes that as a directory or folder. So let's find out from here. So when you run this, you will see that here in this case it is the users is always in the root C directory, and then whatever folder is there where you have installed your Python, and that will come. So that means all your program which you are saving here will be available to you in this particular folder, right? It's very important, you must keep it. Now there is another program, temperature conversion. Now temperature conversion means that you are converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Now Celsius to Fahrenheit, when you must know the formula. So we take a temperature in degree of Celsius and convert it into degrees in Fahrenheit. They are related by the formula. What is the formula? Celsius into 1.8 is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32. This is the formula which again we have read it in schools. So if the temperature is in Celsius is 37.5, what is the equivalent in Fahrenheit? Now Python program to convert temperature in Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius is equal to 37.5 and Fahrenheit is equal to Celsius into 1.8 plus 32. Again, the same formula, you can convert in that. Once you click it, you will see, run it, you will see that this is 37.5 degrees Celsius is equal to 99.5 degree Fahrenheit. For your verification, you can calculate with the help of your calculator and check it, right? So this is how you can write simple programs, so that you can understand, and once you grasp everything, once you have this confidence, you can start bigger programs also. Now here the next example is leap year. Now leap year, we know that every 4 years we get a leap year. To check leap year, to check whether a year is leap year or not, we will use nested if statement, if else, to solve this problem. Now a leap year is exactly divisible by 4 except for century years. Like, if it is 2000, then of course that will not be a leap year. So years ending with 00. So the century year is a leap year only if it is perfectly divisible by 400, for example. So these are suppose the years. 2017, then 1900, 2012, 2000, like that. So we can again run this. Of course nothing will happen because it is all remarked. So then the code for that is, let's suppose the year is 2017. So to get year integer input from the user, you can do that also by entering the same way as we have done in the earlier examples. So if year 4 is equal to 0, so that if year is equal to 100, this again is the code, simple code. Print 0 is a leap year. Format is like this. Else print 0 is not a leap year. Again, else another thing, 0 is a leap year, format year. Else this. So this is how you can, So once we run it, you will see that it will give you. So 2017, because we have taken here, if you see, year is equal to 2017. If you change it to 2000 or whatever number, the result will come accordingly. Suppose we write it here as, let's say 2010. Again, if we run it, see, 2000 is not a leap year. If you write it as, say, let us say 2000, then it is a leap year. So that is how you can test it. And you must always be very particular that whatever program you run, you must test it and verify, so that you are doubly sure that yes, your program is working correctly. Now the next example is calculate simple interest. A Python program to find simple interest for given principal amount, time and rate of interest. We can change values here, and again you can, whatever values you want to give, you can enter it here as we have done in the earlier examples. Now here in this case we have taken P is equal to 10,000, R is the rate of interest, P is principal amount, R is rate of interest, and T is the time. And simple calculation, simple formula, the simple interest is equal to PRT, P into R into T divided by 100, and that is your simple interest, right? So we calculate it by running it, and once we run it, you will see that 2500 is the interest, right? So again, these are the types of program, and this is the way you can write Python programs. The next is calculate compound interest for given values. So here again, like this is your power of y, x to the power of y, and this is what it is written here. Define compound interest, principal, rate and time. And what is the formula? Formula is amount is equal to principal into POW, then 1 plus rate divided by 100, and then time. So when you calculate the compound interest, amount minus principal. So print compound interest is CI. CI is the compound interest. So once we run it, you can see that you will get the compound interest is 6,288. And what was the principal amount that we had? Principal amount was 10,000. Sorry, this is the one. Yeah, 10,000, 10.25 and 5. So this is the way you can calculate your compound interest, right? So these are the ways. Now next is your how to calculate mean. We have read in statistics mean, median, mode. Let's find out how to calculate that. So calculate the mean speed of the following data set. Now these are suppose the data set. You can write a program like this, Python program to demonstrate mean, function from the statistics module that you can use, import this statistics module. I also told about the various Python library. Statistics is a library available, so you can import that also. Like here you are seeing that import statistics, then list of positive integers, data 1 is equal to 1, 3, 4, 5, whatever data is there that you can see. X is equal to statistics dot mean, because we are calculating the mean, so that is why we have used it. And data is data 1, so data 1 is given here. Statistics is the library we are using, and x is the variable where the result will be stored. So once we run it, like print mean is this much, whatever x is there. Once we run it, you will see that the result will be available. So mean is 4.428571, whatever, right? So this is the way you can calculate. Mean, of course, we know that average. So that is what it is, right? Now, to calculate median, which is again a statistical formula, so we can use again the same library, that is import statistics. You can import that. Unsorted list of random numbers, data 1 is equal to 2 minus 2, whatever number is there. And then printing median, again random data set. Print median of data set is this much. And is then statistics dot median data 1. Data 1 is the data. And once we run it, you can see that the result has come as 3.5. The median of the data set is 3.5. So this is how you can calculate the mean. Now mode. Similarly, mode can also be calculated. Print mode of the following set. Mode function is a subset of the statistics module. We need to import statistics again, like this. You have the data set, again set 1 or whatever name you want to give. This is how you can, in the given data set, count 1 is 1, because the mode formula you must know. So you recall your statistic knowledge and try and understand recall your mean, median, mode, etc. So the mode in this case is like this, statistics dot mode, and within bracket set 1. Now be very particular, because in Python you must always keep in mind that what are the types of bracket, where the bracket is to be used. Any bracket, if you are not using properly or correctly, it will give you error. So be very particular. Whatever number of brackets you open, you must close that, and you must know that where the bracket is to be kept. In fact, basically it is every variable must be covered with the bracket. So bracket are different types: small brackets, square brackets, and sometimes it's curly brackets. Okay. Now standard deviation, that also can be calculated. Standard deviation is a number that describes how spread out the values are. A low standard deviation means that the most of the members are close to the mean. A high standard deviation means that the values are spread out over a wider range. So example here is like this: speed of the cards, suppose 86, 87, 7 cards we have taken and 7 numbers are there. Import numpy. Now numpy is again a library which we have again read it. Speed is the variable in which you are having all these speeds. X is equal to numpy dot standard deviation, within bracket is speed, and then once you run it, print x, you will get the result. Now you see here you have got this result as 0.9350. This is the standard deviation of that, right? So this is how you can write your Python program, and you can calculate various things that we have seen. You see the codes, you can see that for everything the code written is very, very small. In 2, 3 lines, 4 lines, you will see that a big program can be written. And that is mainly because of these libraries that we have seen. Particularly, and we are going to use these libraries in a very extensive manner, because these are very, very helpful. So this completes our miscellaneous examples of basic calculation. Thank you.